here we are, the Axian Mafia. We're in Singapore. It's Barry Upton here with Dawn Parry. We've got Joe Eads, we've got KJ, and we're heading for Molly Malone's, is it? Is it Molly Malone's?
Yes.
For,
the very Singaporean Molly Malone's. Not.
very traditional.
Well, Irish
for
traditional.
a songwriting masterclass. And we're taking it. So we've got some bands we're going to see, or some singers, and we're going to try and help them improve their songwriting. How good is that?
It's pretty cool.
I wish I had that when I was young.
Barry, it's also part of Jukebox Judgement, all linked in with Axian, the Axian Festival here.
I knew you'd get a plug in there somewhere.
Well, it is. Otherwise, why would I be here? Oh, that's so cute. Lovely. Ta-da. Hello, darlings.
In Singapore.
In Singapore, indeed. Yes. Well, this is my hometown. This is where I come from. Originally, this is where I grew up, where I went to school. And I was just saying, all around here, you used to be able to get on sampans, and just for a few dollars a day, you'd hire them, and off you'd go to Seven Sisters Islands or anywhere, and you didn't need permission from anybody. You would just do it. So different today.
What I've got to try and avoid is making the joke about if you rearrange the syllables in Singapore, you get poor singer. And I've got to avoid doing that joke, all right? So just tell me, slap me on the wrist if I start
You get
doing...
a ropey singe.
Oh, you can do that as well, yeah.
Or a...
Your brain's working overtime now, isn't it?
So this one is Boki.
And I had to, you know...
Suddenly jump up and grab me now. Hello, Mr. Crab.
Oh dear, you're going to be eaten.
Give us a wave.
Desperate to come out.
Give us a smile. Yeah, he's giving us a wave, look.
You're going to be back.
Tell me that everything is gonna be just fine. Or tell me that I'm strong enough to survive. Or tell me a tall tale of laughter and light. Maybe someday it'll be true. Maybe tonight.
I loved some of those lyrics. You know, the rain and running, and some lovely lyrics in there. Is the beginning, is the lower octave that you sing in, is it slightly too low for your vocal?
I think it's on the cusp. Like, I agree. I think when I was listening to it back,
I think if you just get it so that you all that emotion that's into it, if you enhance that, don't try and think, oh, I need to put a guitar solo in here.
No.
You know, you just don't need that kind of thing on it. And I think that's going to be the way forward.
I can't stop now, I can't stop now, I can't stop now, hey, stop now, I can't stop now, I can't stop now, I can't stop now, hey! Oh, forget it, my honey's the best in town. There ain't no reason for a different friend. Oh, I'm asking for the time just to never hear that ticket again.
Very good. I think you actually have a very lovely commercial voice. It's a really good, rich, gravelly commercial voice. I like that a lot. It's just
I just thought that
three is a bit much.
the three verses at the beginning was just too much because my ears were wanting to hear something a little bit different. And when you went into the B section, the second section, that felt right. And I thought, no, that should come earlier.
The door, but I leave a part of me that made a missing pieces. I collect souvenirs, keep them close to me. They made of people like me.
cultivate that hook, maybe even speed that song up ever so slightly, just so that we feel that passion and that where the rawness of that story has come from.
I think you've got a good image, you've got a good voice. I think you, as Dawn said, you could, if you put a bit of passion into it, and like I said to the last guys, if you open your mouth more as you sing, everything will come out much clearer, and you'll leave the audience in no doubt what you're singing about. Because you had you only did it once. You went like that.
Oh, the yodel thing.
The yodel.
It's a break in the vocal, yeah.
Overdo it. All right, because if you listen to some of those country singers who overdo it, that they sell records by the score. So open your mouth more, overdo. Yeah, give it a lot more performance, and do that little yodeling thing every now and again, and I think that will improve it immensely.
Guess I'm a fool 'cause I want you, though I always knew we can never stay for good. Running circles all around the neighborhood. My fault, it's on me that I misunderstood.
Oh, remote control, I said high and low. Oh, remote control, oh, where did you go? Oh, remote control, don't hide from me, so my binge watching can begin. Well, are you doing better now? Well, I undo the mess we've made.
Yeah, excellent stuff.
That is better.
Yeah. I cannot believe I'm on an underground in Singapore with Dawn Parry. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can.
New sign, 2 syllables.
Peace, man.
Lean against the train doors. Next station.
Here we go, playmates. We're the drivers. I always want to be the driver of an underground train. Hey, we're going insane on a driverless train.
It's just so good. Honestly, I can't tell you how good this is.
It's lunch break. Some typical Singapore noodles. Yay! Okay, we are at Joe's apartment now, and we're doing not Jukebox Judgement, we're doing Dawn Parry's Thursday show live. Look at that. She's here with all her equipment, and she's even put her lipstick on, even though
Is it still on?
nobody can see you, right? Because it's radio.
It's audio.
You're dressed up and you're ready for radio. And I've got a guitar here, which is very dangerous because it means I might break into song right in the middle of Dawn's links.
Oh dear.
You never know. You never know what can happen.
The only thing is, I do have the mute button.
There you go.
Yeah.
She's in
So
control.
helpful.
She's always in control.
A lovely final note there as well on that. That was the lovely Steve Strawhead. Where did you get the name Strawhead from? Must have been his blonde hair. He's got quite blonde, thick hair. Describe it loudly to the.
It's like a television with a colourful test card on it, and it says Fab Baz Music TV on it, and then YouTube on the shoulders. How about that?
It looks pretty cool to me. It looks like an old-fashioned TV, actually, the sort that you you have to kick to make it work. And my first time, bam, bam, bam. That's the bit that's missing at the end of that song. Bad to the bone.
She's
that's
criminal.
me.
Bad girl. Naughty girl. Go and stand in the corner.
Oh, not again. But if that's a sound effect.
You know the Beatles used it at the beginning of one of their songs, right? So therefore you could go. Flew into Miami Beach, BOAC. Didn't get to bed last night. I'm back in the USSR. How lucky you are, boy. Back in the USSR, yeah. And then you got the aircraft going over, just like on. It's just
There's another
like,
one now.
It sounds just like the record. Okay, it's a quick commercial break. If you would like to have your life path, love life, destiny, health, wealth, family, harmony, spiritual attachment
Or
explained.
exorcism.
But that's the thing that you want, isn't it? Look at this.
Exorcism.
They do exorcism.
Who's got the devil
Feng
in
Shui. Feng Shui. I used to have a book on Feng Shui, but I didn't know where to put it. Here's the lady that will sort you out. Her name is Minji. That's a very funny surname, introduction. Minji introduction. Ming Ji. Okay, there you go. Deliverance of ancestors.
Infant spirit praying.
Tibetan numerology. Now, let's face it, we've all needed Tibetan numerology at some time or other. All these things we never knew we needed.
No.
If you need it, if you need an exorcism, there's the number. Minji. Oh, look.
Hey.
Wow. A nice big shiny stone.
It's taller than you.
Da-da-da-da-da.
We're very lucky to have Dawn Parry, Barry Upton and Darius Oon come up to come and share some of their wisdom for what we're kind of calling Journey to the West.
Yes, so I'm Dawn Parry and I am founder of Jukebox Judgement. I'm also founder of newdawn.fm. As of last February, was the very first show which was was artists from Singapore. It's time for you guys to shine around the world. So this is what this is all about, to get you all out there. Anyway, I'm going to move over to the amazing record producer, Barry Upton, who is a constant on my panel each week.
Well done, Dawn. Okay, so yes, my name's Barry Upton. My career started, it really took off in the early 80s when I joined an already famous group called Brotherhood of Man. One of the guys was leaving in the group. They'd already had 3 number ones and they asked me to join them. So that led me into the world of production and top studios, and I learned how to produce other acts, and I did that all the way through the 80s. Anybody heard of Simon Cowell? You know. He heard some of the songs I was doing and wanted to offer me a publishing deal. And he said to me, I'm going to give you a lot of money on this publishing deal, but I want you to spend it on a studio. You need to have your own studio. So I ended up buying my own studio and producing. People were coming to me as opposed to me going to them. And all the way through the 90s, I was producing pop music, country music, dance music, and that resulted in, at the end of the 90s, I put together a group called Steps, which it was kind of like a line dancing pop band. Yeah, exactly. That's what we thought. It was funny. It turned out it was really popular. It turned out much more popular than I was ever expecting. And the song that I wrote for them, and the first hit was a worldwide hit, and became a big dance classic, and it's still a party dance anthem today. So that was something I never thought I'd do. But again, you just keep trying and you keep putting stuff out. And the moral of this story is you never give up. Sometimes you'll do songs and nothing happens with them. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, one of your songs gets picked up somewhere and boom, it changes your life. Still loving the music. I love producing music. And I think you'll find if you have a passion for it, it'll never go away.
I mean, we grew up here, obviously, and then we moved to London in 2022. And so for the past 2 years, we've sort of tried to rebuild the band and try to start forging out a career in London and in the UK music scene. We're still in a very early stage, but we're very happy to be back here. We're actually back here because we're going to do a little tour of Asia in the coming weeks.
What is it that makes a track radio friendly from your perspective?
Well, when I'm listening to a song, I am, like Barry and I often share insights into songs, don't we? And, we look at song structure, but it's within literally the first few seconds, a song has got to grab you. And songs with a great hook for a chorus, because there's always that line, don't bore us, get to the chorus, and that's a really important thing to remember as well. So what do I look for? Stuff that is just so good that you want to hear it again.
I guess, rolling on from that though, what structurally frustrates you the most in a song?
If it is a little bit mundane, everything, you have to be surprised, and the element of surprise in a song. I just following on really from what Dawn was just saying there, I think one of the most important things you can do as songwriters is not be shy, right? You can't be shy. And if I've done something right in my career, I've never been shy. I've always been brave and thought, this might sound stupid, but I'm going to do it. You have to be brave enough to allow yourself to fail. If you're writing with somebody else, for example, and they say, no, I don't really like that, don't worry about it. Just go on, just say, okay, and then improve it and get something better. That's the way songwriting partnerships work all the time. YouTube is the way to go, all right? Now, Spotify, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of songs uploaded to Spotify every day. Not so many.
The statistic that came out from Axion last week. It's 120,000 songs a day are uploaded to Spotify.
But there's not so many songs uploaded to YouTube. Now, obviously for YouTube, you need to do a video. Get yourself one of these, right? I make all my videos with this. Right, just this little camera, and it's amazing. It's like a shop window.
So, anyone want to ask a first question from the floor?
It's a pleasure to hear all the inspiration from you guys, really. My name's Drew Chen. I'm a singer-songwriter, music producer. What makes an effective, high-quality production when it comes to the sonics of a song?
For me, the most important thing in a production is the lyrics, and that you can hear the lyrics. And to most of the hit records, the big hit records, you can hear every word. There's character in the vocal, there's personality in the vocal, but most of all, you've got to be able to hear it. It's a very, very fine line between being too loud, being too soft. It's got to be just exactly right.
And for me, it has got to be all of that. But it's also got to be, I love hearing music where I feel as though there is space around it. So when it's sonically very, very pleasing when you have what feels like space around a vocal, some space around the drums, some space around, even if it's an absolutely banging rock song, harmonies, all of these sorts of things. But when it's almost as though less is more rather than a big wall of sound. Do something that is going to entertain the planet and something that you can feel really proud of, something that becomes a legacy forever and a day thereafter, because that is what we all create from a blank piece of paper is a legacy.
Actually, again, picking up on what Dawn just said, one thing you must always think about when you're producing something, I always think about who is going to buy this, who is going to want to listen to it. Not my friends, not my family. Who out there is going to actually want to, if they hear it on the radio, turn the volume up as opposed to turning the volume down. Your intro has to capture, like you said, you've got to get you in the first few seconds, all right? Now, anybody here heard of the Beatles? The title of the song, right at the very beginning, help, I need somebody, it's been a hard day's night, can't buy me love, she loves you, yeah, yeah. You see what I mean? They've got you in 1 second into it, and they've grabbed you. Can anybody tell me the first rule of songwriting?
He's got it. He's got it. There is no rules, right? So everything I'm saying, you don't have to do. There is no set rule. I'm just talking about things that generally work.
Is there any advice you can give, and what's your experience been like, and you know the difference between Singapore and the UK?
I think the attitude first and foremost is different. Whereas I think in Singapore, when we go to a gig, it's like we just want to see the band and we're there just for the music. I mean, obviously we have a good time as well, but it's the intention is like just to see the band.
And I think for any bands that is very interested to go to Japan, I think you notice Japanese people are very stoic. They will stare at you, they will enjoy your music, but they will not react.
Can I just ask a question to you? And that is, why do you want to play in the UK?
For the band as well, it's like we just want to always, you know, showcase our music and feel how the local scene is there. I think the second one and the most important one is to also show them what kind of awesome music that Singapore has to offer.
Why don't you do it by YouTube or a different medium? Make a TV program. You know, all get together. You don't have to put all the money that you would spend on flights and subsistence. You could get together and make a showcase, a Singapore showcase. Send it to venues. Send it to people who, if they love it enough, will maybe put a Singapore event on, maybe in London or Manchester or something like that, and they will pay you to do it. You know, they'll pay your flights. You don't have to pay your own flights. England is not what it was years ago. There was a great gigging culture in London, and there's still a culture, but it's not the same.
Unfortunately, in the UK, they don't care as much about that because there's so many bands already. Whereas I think in Singapore, I mean, we have lots of good bands in Singapore, but overall quantity is not going to be as big as the UK. But that being said, I also understand why we want to go to the UK. I mean, there's a reason why we moved there as well, right? We wouldn't have done it if we felt like there was no point in it. So I do think that there still is a point to play in the UK, especially from a Singapore sense, and actually not even just in the UK, but in any other part of the world, because you actually get a lot of a learning experience.
And by the way, what Barry was just talking about, award-winning, have you seen Little Miss Sunshine? Fabulous film. Right, well, Barry's song is in Little Miss Sunshine. And but that was through a video, again, because of YouTube. And in that instance, giving away 50%, it worked a treat. And along those lines, it is quite important that you're not too precious about what you write. Write the best stuff, but don't be too precious about it, because, you know, if you write something and you sing magnificently, but a star wants to sing it, give it to the star to sing it. You will still earn from it. You'll still get an accolade from it, and you'll be able to write more and more through that and be accepted everywhere for it.
So the whole idea is, how can we get Singapore music a bit higher? We're already getting recognition of Singapore music more internationally than maybe before, and we need to support it a little bit more. I think we had Shaq Down as being the first artist, followed by Brian, and we'll go through the others. So thank you, and we'll carry on the night in the other half.
Hallelujah, I was blind but now I see. Merry Christmas, oh Lord. Went out and got gifts for all the kids and sent a turkey to Tiny Tim. Christmas, show the world that love is all we need,
Before it's too late, I recall now how you were so profound and clearly it's killing me. If I could be more than this, you know that I'm better, more to you. Inside out, will I go on lonely days? I wonder if I had any chance.
As much as I hate to admit it, I deserve more than this. And then you say you're not committed. I can't help but be disappointed.
you just sang.
Thank you.
Really love it. Now this morning we heard you doing it, well, virtually a cappella with a guitar.
Yes.
And you pulled that off fantastically with just your voice and a guitar.
Take me up and go.
God tells me the meaning of life is that it ends. I walk to my grave on white-colored stipends. God tells me meet out my infallible retirement plans. Echoes of footsteps ring in my soul. My name is deep within the headstones of my dreams.
Hey, it's next morning and we are at the LaSalle College of Arts. Is that right, Joe?
College and university.
And university. Right, so
And
we're
it's and we're here to talk all about music, Jukebox Judgement, sail the flag for what we're doing in Southeast Asia, and it's LaSalle, and it is a fabulous music university.
So we've got to try and look intelligent.
Are you coming in?
Yeah, I'm
Come
coming
on.
in. I'm coming in. We're going in.
Playing drums?
Yeah, it would be.
It's a long time.
Welcome to a musical journey where innovation, collaboration, and state-of-the-art facilities blend seamlessly to create the perfect environment.
And gave me a lot of skills.
Favorite class? There were so many, but the one that always comes to mind is this class called the Composition Workshop. So it's a weekly class where we have to write.
I thought it was all about the data and all about these things. So Joe, you've had a journey in your...
And then I caught up with Vaseline and
car that I bought. Nope, granted it wasn't a very nice car. Yeah. That car was pretty cheap. Tens of thousands. Oh yeah, PMCs. Yeah. Come on in.
Oh wow.
Sometimes it's hard to record. Like it's hard to get like a real C12, or an original U47 tube. So we do get some of the warm audio stuff, which I kind of show them. There's a Chris Lord Alge video that talks about. He shows like how he does his automation sonic capabilities.
Right.
So we've got a whole collection of like snare drums. So we've got, Black Beauty, heating coils in the air content. Finally got sick of me complaining and built a little box for us.
Tell me about the DB.
It's one of those theatres where the stage is bigger than the audience. Audience capacity, look at that.
And then we've got the theatre.
So here we are at the waterfront at the Esplanade, and we've got all of the sights of Singapore around us, and we've got the Baybeats Festival. How about that?
I'm excited.
Hello, little girl.
Hello.
This looks great, doesn't it?
I love this.
We're here, the Baybeats Festival. It's finally here. Yeah, we're here at Baybeats. Who's this band? Fugo from Malaysia. They're from Malaysia.
I know, from Malaysia.
You've got the wristbands.
Special.
You can get into it anywhere now.
VIP.
What's the name of the theatre? Okay, we're going into the theatre now for band number 2.
To your lover!